Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
What's going on, everybody? Cappers Nation Live, your weekly all things sports betting show. Kyle Johnson with Cappers Direct. Welcome, everybody. Wednesday, the 13th of November. We are live noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, Monday through Friday. Let's see who's all here. Jeff's in the house. Chido in the house. Good morning and good afternoon to everybody. Fast Freddy in the house. Shapendi, Robert S., Frankie Diamond, Matt, Mr. Watson. Good morning, everybody. Fast Freddy says the Oregon Ducks took care of business yesterday. Yes, sir, they did. Just as anticipated, the Ducks took care of business in Duck fashion, leading pretty much the entire game from start to finish. They built a nice lead, and then let old Memphis come right back. Tito says, let's pound it. Absolutely. Tar Heel Tim in the house. Chido says, more winners coming up. Damn straight, baby. Fast Freddy says, thumbs up. Let's open the barbershop as well. USC defeated the Jackrabbits. Good morning, Shapendi, Robert, Frankie Diamond, Matt. Fast Freddy says, it's lunchtime here in Jersey. Well, I'll have a morning Coke for you guys. I mean, I've been up long enough. It's safe to say it's lunchtime for me here. Shapendi said, haven't played the play since a couple days. Still hurt from Sunday. You should never put yourself in a position to get hurt by one play. That's where a lot of people make a mistake. And I'm not just calling you out or pointing fingers at you. That's one thing that everybody needs to know and pay attention to is you should never put yourself in a situation where you can get hurt by one play. All right, you never want to have it. Put yourself in any type of situation where you can get hurt by one loss, by one game. You never want to do that. Always need to leave yourself room in case something does go wrong. Because, let's be honest, it is sports betting. As you saw last night with Kentucky, we were not on that game. But as you saw, they were laying 25 and they lost outright. So anything can happen in the world of sports, especially when you got the good old green on it. All right? When you got the good old green on it, anything can happen. So, rest assured, always leave yourself room. That's proper bankroll management. You should always, follow a strict management program. And a management program for everybody is different based on your budget and your bankroll and how all of that goes. Thank you to everybody so far. Who dat Bob? Good morning. Thank you to everybody as well that's already dropped a comment in our daily free play video. It's always much appreciated when you do participate. Doesn't matter if it's just a basic drop a comment or a thumbs up. It always helps us in the YouTube algorithm for their search rankings and all of that good stuff. So, it's always much appreciated when you guys do that as well, especially in this video and the live shows as well. When you guys hit that thumbs up button or you share it on your social media, Twitter, whatever the case may be, it's always beneficial to us, and it definitely helps us out, no doubt about it. Obviously, our goal is to build this show up. The bigger and better that we make it, the more I get to give you guys for free. So here's a quick question. How's the feed today? How is the feed today? Feed quality okay? Sound, audio, video. Hopefully everything on your guys' end is quality. Jeff, am I in a closet? No. Why does it sound like I'm in a closet? Frankie Diamond says it's good. Tito, it's normal. Okay, good. Good. No, made some changes to the network side, so I don't anticipate any issues. I can raise the volume. That's not a problem. Here, I'll raise the volume up a little bit. Although my computer is farther back. The microphone is farther back, so that might be the issue. I might need to raise the volume. Afternoon, Christopher Bear. Let me know if that's any better. I need to move that. Definitely need to we're tweaking it and trying to make everything better to make the necessary changes to what's to come here in the I don't think I like this camera being higher because when I turn my head down to look at something, you guys see my bald spot. Get a little self-conscious. But no, I've got my computer pushed back and it's actually elevated off of my desk. So it's a little higher now than it was before, and it's a little farther away. The microphone as well. All the equipment is. Kong, oh, I've already had my coffee. Long and done. I've already had what, my one cup of regular, and then good old Starbucks. Hey Jeff, did the audio get any better on your side? Or louder anyways? Hopefully. Alex, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Who dat? No, it's not a new backdrop. It's actually the same one that I've always filmed behind. I got lazy. I just got lazy and complacent. No, it's not. Where I film out of, and it's actually part of our set with the TV on the wall over on that. No, TV on the wall over here, and then one more piece onto the side. So. We do have our email going out to everybody, letting you guys know that we're live. Obviously, so the 35 people are here. You guys will probably get it if you've been a client of ours or had an account on our website. Just disregard that email. No need to know that we're live because you guys all are already here. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Houdat, for the like on the backdrop. It's actually the same one that we've always had. Same one that I always film off of. I just tried changing things up a little bit and trying to use the tools that they've given me. Although they need to get me a new chair because when my fat ass sits in it, hold on, I can feel it go every now and then. Next thing you know, I'm sitting 6 inches lower. So. But no, just trying to use the equipment that they've given me to film off of to try and enhance the shows, and the backdrop actually enhances the color with the lighting in here as well. I need a king chair. I'm working on it. I told them I wanted a chair. They gave me a $249 budget for a chair. I told them they were out of their mind. I need about $800. As much as my fat ass is in a chair, they need to get me a good one. They didn't like that too well. It's all good, though. It's all good. But no, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and the shows are only going to be enhancing and getting better here in the near future. Some big changes coming. some big changes coming that's going to help some things out. Robert S. King should have a throne. I don't want to be no king. Well, nothing wrong with getting a king. Get a barbershop chair. I'm actually working on probably having, it's possible in the next 6 months, they're going to actually create a little barbershop theme for me and a chair to sit in to film out of and just switch cameras to a different camera because we've got enough cameras to film out of, or to film off of, excuse me. So we're working on some good stuff here and stuff to enhance the show and enhance it on your guys' end. The fun aspect of it, as well as the fun and / entertaining aspect, as well as the knowledge side when it comes to the sports betting side. Free plays went 1-1 yesterday. We won the big one. We lost the small one. Lost a small one on the Utah Jazz yesterday. Did not get the job done for us, laying 6.5. They won outright, but they did not cover the spread, unfortunately. We dropped our free consensus play yesterday. Gave you guys Eastern Michigan laying 16.5 against Akron. Blew them out of the water yesterday. That was a nice free play for everybody. That was my big personal play. Jeff, Kyle, I have to go. Cappers Nation's going live. I just got an email. Good. All right, Jeff, we'll see you later, all right? We'll see you later. Go join their program. You can always come back and watch our live show archived version when you're done watching those ding-dongs. Adios, Jeff. Moose, what's going on, buddy? Glad you could join us. Long time no see. Hey, you got to watch the live shows if you want the big plays. You know, the premium plays and my personal plays, you got to watch the live shows. That's where we give them out. It's during the live shows. And always watch the archive version. Good morning, William. Tuning in via text message. I see your text message, sir. Thank you for joining us. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely ready for a big winning day yesterday. NHL program had a much-needed 2-0 day for all of our NHL members, and I know they were probably ecstatic about that yesterday. Much needed. Des Crockett says, what's up, Kyle and Cappers Nation? I'm liking Villanova outright today in Marquette. Hammer it and pound it. Oh, hold on 1 second. This could be a good one. Hello. It's funny, I don't bank with Chase. Good afternoon, Ron. Thanks for joining us. Ron says, man, you were truly the best in the game. Hello? Yeah, hello. Yeah, you guys said you had a problem with my Chase card. Oh, I'm fantastic. It's my EBT card. EBT. E as in Edward, B as in bitch, T as in tornado. No, just your mama. Scammers going live now. All be careful. If you guys ever get a call saying they've got a problem with your account and it sounds like a robot, I don't bank with Chase. I don't bank with Chase. Wells Fargo, Navy Federal Credit Union, Bank of America. But I don't do no business with Chase. Our Turtle P, what's going on? All right, back to Ron. Ron says, man, you are truly the best in the game. Can't wait to get on your team this weekend. Absolutely, Ron. Whenever you're ready, buddy, we're always glad to have you. Who dat, Bob? Do you have an eliminator winner? We're actually going to, yes and no. We're actually going to change it up. So continue to make your picks. The way ESPN does is they keep scoring it week after week after week. I didn't know that. I thought it was the eliminator when you lose, you're out. Well, 5 out of 6 of us are out after this last week. So keep making your selections. And obviously, the last man standing, whoever LA Rams fan is, needs to email me, show me the screenshot of the inside of their account that it was actually them. And we're going to get them a prize. I believe it's going to be a good one. Actually, I know it's going to be a good one. I'm still waiting to find out. And then the overall winner is also going to get a prize as well at the very end. So if you're still in the Eliminator Challenge, keep making your plays as well. And then I need to look into ESPN to see if it'll let me find out who the owner of that LA Rams fan #1 account is. Jeff says he likes Bowling Green tonight. I might be right there with you. We're actually going to break down that game. Definitely going to break down that game. They haven't... Miami of Ohio hasn't shown that they could actually beat a team by 17 points, let alone 17.5 right now. Edgar P. says, hey, Kyle, great show. Thank you, sir. Shane Russell, what's up, Kyle? Keep up the great picks. I like when I make a pick, then you pick it, too. When that happens, I add money. Absolutely awesome. Always good to have that time and make even more money when you're agreeing on a play with somebody. Leon in the house saying the mailman will deliver. I guess that's better than being called the milkman, right? Definitely better than being called the milkman. Robert S. wants to know, does anybody have an opinion in the men's college basketball game between NC State at home laying 16 to FIU tonight? We'll see if we can take a look at that game as well. Just getting everything popped up and running. Alrighty. Hump Day Wednesday going to be a good one, that's for sure. Super stoked for today. I think we put out some big plays today, and it's going to be a money-making day. It's going to be a money-making day today. Yeah, absolutely, Shane. Kentucky losing outright. Getting the big L last night. What a disaster that was for their program. But hey, it happens. That's why you need proper bankroll management. People that go all in on a big spread team and wonder why sometimes they lose. You need to be careful. Definitely need to be careful. And when you're betting on freshmen, anything can happen. I hope you guys see that now and you understand that for the future. Anything can happen, especially when you're putting your money on freshmen. They got out hustled at home. They got outworked at home. They got outshot at home. Straight out coached at home. Outplayed at home. And outscored at home. Obviously. Yeah, definitely. I didn't watch. I watched a very little of that game, so I mean, I didn't watch too much of it. I would have had figured that they would have definitely made a nice big comeback, but they did not. Shocked the world by not. Hey, Swaz, how's it going? Going pretty good. Going pretty good. We're just getting everything up and running. And going to start our game day breakdown. It's going to take a look at some college basketball, college football. Get you guys on some free plays. Put some money in your pocket. You know how we do it around here. Shapendi Lulo, any thoughts on the Toledo game? Yeah, we're going to go over those games here in a little bit. I actually have a play not only on the side of the Toledo game, but the total as well. So I may not give my total opinion away, but I'm going to break that one down because that one definitely has some confusing aspects to it. And so does the Bowling Green Miami of Ohio game. I do not have a play on that one, but we're going to break that one down because I definitely have a very, 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 very strong opinion that could potentially turn it into a wager tonight by itself. If you're on my personal plays, I've already texted them out. My personal plays are already out. If you want to get on them, it's very easy to get on them. You just pick up 3 days for $99. As a matter of fact, you can buy a week with a combo package of a week of premiums and a week of my personal plays and guaranteed Saturday for $350, which is a hell of a deal. All right, just getting everything up and running. All right, ready to rock, ready to roll. A little hot in the office today. Hey, turn the air down, turn the heat down. I don't know what the hell they got the heat on for. It's like gorgeous outside. Absolutely gorgeous outside. It's in like the low 60s, mid 60s, and we got the heater on today. It's supposed to be like mid 70s. We don't need no stinking heater. Shane Russell, anyone have any picks for the NBA tonight? Raise your hand. Robert S. says, need to check the injury report. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some questions when it comes to quarterback for both teams, not only Northern Illinois, but as well as Toledo. Same thing with Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. Quarterback questions at Toledo. Both Carter Bradley and Mitchell Gadanji is both questionable, but Eli Peters played a pretty damn good day or game last week. Threw up 194 yards for 1 touchdown. He did have an interception though, and he did fumble the ball a couple times. But I think he'll learn from those few mistakes getting his big start last week if he does get the nod today. And the problem for Toledo, and we're going to talk about this when we actually break down that game, is their defense, and their defense giving up 33 points to Kent State. I mean, yeah, they're already bowl eligible, but they'd love to improve their situation and where they're at. I mean, but they gave up 428 total offensive yards to Kent State, 171 yards rushing, 257 in the air. We're going to talk all about that here in just a little bit, but without further ado, let's start talking about college football. And matter of fact, we can talk about the Toledo game. We can do the Toledo game first. That's not a problem. We do Toledo first. We're already on the subject, so how about we roll right into college football? We were going to save that for last because I have a strong opinion on a game that could potentially be another play for me later. But But we'll do all college football now. It's only 2 games: Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, and then Northern Illinois and Toledo, who we'll talk about now. So game 307, 308. We'll start in reverse order. Northern Illinois guys, 3-6 straight up, 5-4 against the spread, going up against a 6-3 bowl eligible team in Toledo, who's 4-5 against the spread, coming off 2 straight victories over Kent State, beating them 35-33 last week in a nail biter that they barely escaped. And then a win before that over Eastern Michigan, beating them by 3 as well. So some very, very, very close games for Toledo just very recently. And even before that, they had 2 straight losses to Bowling Green, who they lost 20-7, and then Ball State, who they lost 52-14 to. Northern Illinois, they are coming off a loss, guys. They lost to Central Michigan 48-10 in their game 11 days ago. Just popping up some info for you guys, some added info that we can discuss about, like how Northern Illinois has played 6 games on the road. 6 of their 9 games so far this year have been on the road. They're 1-5 on the road. 1-5 on the road. However, 4 of those 6 games have gone over the total. Now, Toledo, out of their 9 games so far, they're 5-0 at home, and they're 2 out of the 5 that they've played at home have gone over. They've got 3 unders and 2 overs while at home. Out of their last 5 games, they're both 3-2 straight up and 3-2 on the over. So the last couple games definitely trended towards the over side as well. LT, good morning. Vincent Davis, good morning. Thank you all for joining us. Alex says it's going to be 78 in Cali, 10 in Madison, Wisconsin, 34 in Mississippi. It's too cold. It's too cold. Vincent Davis says he likes Wyoming at home, -2 against UC Santa Barbara. The Toledo game will be televised on ESPN2. When you're taking a look at the odds on where the lines originated from, where it started, and where it's at now, and then we'll dive right into the money to see where the money's at on this game. Line opened up, Toledo laying 3. LT, you're coming to Vegas March 17th. All right, book it. Be a good time. Be a great time, actually. Toledo laying 3. It opened up. They're now down to 2.5. It's trending in the downward direction. Northern Illinois catching 2.5 right now. Total actually opened up on this one. And this total has been a weird total. It opened up at 54. It dropped like a rock earlier today. All right, this morning it was down to 53. Okay, the total on this game was at 53 this morning. And now the public is waking up. The public saw a 53 line, which is where they ended up last year's final score at 53. And now we have the money coming in. However, the money is not coming in on the over. All right? The public is still riding the under, although there's been some sharp action on the over. Sharp action I've actually seen mixed. Some bets come in on the over and some come on the under. But for the most part, this is an interesting number. 64% of all money coming in on the total right now is on the under. Yet we have that line, and then it actually, the way it's been, it was a weird line. It opened up at 55. It looks like it's dropping. However, it's risen again. All right, it got all the way down to 53 this morning, and now it's back up to 54. What happened was you said you're staying at MGM. Very nice. You'll love it there. What happened was when that line hit 53, the sharps came in first thing this morning, as soon as the books opened here, and they absolutely pounded the over 53. It pushed it right back up to 54. Some books like the D Casino as well as the Westgate moved it to 54.5 immediately. They actually saw a 1.5 jump as soon as a couple key sharp bettors came in and pounded the over on that game. So now you're stuck getting 54, 54.5, which is still a half a point to a point, depending on where you're looking lower than the opening line. But you're going to see most of the public is still riding the under in this game. When it comes to the against the spread, 54% of all against the spread bets rolling in are on Toledo laying the 2.5. Just 46% for taking Northern Illinois plus the 2.5. When it comes to the money line, 96% of all money line backers coming in as of right now. And this is an early report for the money line. Look for the money line report to update. I'd have better numbers for you guys in probably about 3 hours. But as of right now, it's saying 94% of all money line bets rolling in are on Toledo, which I know that part is probably not as accurate because they don't really report the money line aspect until later in the day of that same game, of game day. Taking a look at Toledo, as soon as they're done with Northern Illinois next week, they get Buffalo, and then they're going to end their year at Central Michigan. This is their last home game of the season. They go on the road for their final 2 games. Luckily for Toledo, they're already bowl eligible. And then you've got Northern Illinois. If they want to be bowl eligible, if they want to get to that 6 wins, they have to win today. They can't lose to Toledo. They have to beat Toledo, and then they got to beat Eastern Michigan and then Western Michigan. So they definitely have a tough task ahead of them to be able to win outright. Chapendi's in Vegas March 18th. Okay, good. Well, I think we're going to have to get together and do a little Cappers Nation VIP booth at one of the sports books, one of the VIP lounges at one of the sports books. Northern Illinois, guys, 21-4 against the spread their last 25 games on the road versus an opponent who's coming off a straight-up win. All right, under the total is 7-0 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams. Under the total has gone 7-0 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams. We're used to seeing both of these totals much higher. We tried this, guys, during March Madness this last year and couldn't get enough of you guys to come out. So hopefully you guys come out and enjoy the experience of March Madness in Vegas, because it's going to be madness again. You guys remember we were doing a lot of live filming from Mandalay, the Wynn, Caesars, the Westgate. LT, your birthday's March 18th. Okay, it'll be definitely a good time in Vegas for your birthday. Northern Illinois, guys, averaging 23.2 points per game on offense. They average 118 yards rushing the ball at 3.4 yards per carry. So definitely a team that struggles to run the ball. They average 245 yards in the air at 7.3 yards per passing attempt, 15.6 yards per point. They're going to be going up against a Toledo defense that's been giving up just over 4 touchdowns a game, 28.6 points per game. Toledo's been giving up 197 rushing yards a game at 271 in the air. And they're both teams, believe it or not, are -5 on turnovers, -5 on turnovers. So, if Northern Illinois wants to get their ground game going, they're going to have an opportunity against Toledo's defense, who gives up just under 200 yards a game rushing. So for a team that averages under $120 rushing a game, here's their opportunity. I mean, they average more rushing plays than passing plays, so here's their chances to definitely try and get their run game going. D. Rob says Philip Heist, mine is March 7th. Might have to take a trip. Absolutely. Gonna have to get you guys all out here. Toledo on offense, though, guys. When they're on offense, they average 29.1 points per game. Okay? They average 29.1 points per game. They average 250 yards a game rushing the ball. This is a run-heavy program. Run-heavy program. They average 250 yards on the ground, 199 in the air, and they can move the ball. They average 200 yards a game at 7.6 yards per passing attempt. They're going to be going up against a Northern Illinois defense that gives up 28 points a game, actually a hair under, 27.9. They give up $175 on the ground and $198 in the air to opposing offenses. So Toledo should definitely be able to move the ball downfield against Northern Illinois. They should not have any issues doing that whatsoever. And same thing with Northern Illinois. They should be able to move the ball as well. Just going to be determined if they can actually get their sloppy run game going. LT says, "What's up with the background?" It's nothing new. It's actually just the same backdrop and set that I used to film off of. I just got lazy and complacent filming from my desk in my office and just trying to use some of the resources that they've bought me over the years to try and make the look and the feel of the show a little bit better. But I bought a stand for my computer and everything on my desk, and I don't know if I like the way that my cameras have to sit in the office now. So we'll see. I might change it back, but we'll always trying to improve it. Alex says he's down to meet up in Vegas. Okay, well, we'll definitely get something because I was able to meet Jose and a bunch of other guys last year during March Madness that came down, but we never had nothing formal because I couldn't get any commitments. But if you guys are coming and you guys want to do something, I'll definitely rent us one of the little VIP areas in the sports book, either the Wynn or maybe the Westgate or heck, even Caesars on one of the days, one of the major days. We're working on a barber chair. We're working on them actually making a set in the other corner to make it look like a barber shop with the counter and the mirror, the chair, the floor, the whole work. So we'll see. We'll see what they can come up with. As far as a lean on this game goes, I don't have any opinion on the Northern Illinois Toledo game because I do already have a premium play and a personal play on this game. You never know, maybe it'll be one of the ones I give away free here in a little bit, or we'll give you guys something else as well. But I do have a very strong opinion on the next game, and we're going to talk about that one next. We're going to talk about this one right now because I can only be live for about another 30 minutes. Fast Freddy, let's meet the Golden Doodle. I don't think they'll let me bring her in the casino. Although I thought about getting her one of those, service dog vests, and I could act like I'm playing blackjack blind with my service dog. But I figured that probably wouldn't go over too well, especially when she sees a kid and she takes off running, and the pup doesn't act like a seeing eye dog. All right, guys, let's take a look at the other game. Same time, same place. Same time, different place. This one happens to be Oxford, Ohio. Yager Stadium, guys. Miami of Ohio taking on Bowling Green. All right, Bowling Green 3-6 straight up, 2-6 against the spread. Out of their eight games that have had a total, they're actually 2-6 on the over. All right, 2-6 on the over. Now, Miami of Ohio, 5-4 straight up, 5-3 against the spread, 4-4 on the over. Complete different madness. But different scenario today. And what's the right word for it? But I think we'll break it down, and then you guys will have a big idea of my opinion on it, and then I'll tell you guys. But yeah, Jeff, swim party in March. It'd be a little cold. LT, make the background military for a week. That's not a green screen. That's an actual set and backdrop, so it's not an actual green screen. I wish it was a green screen. Green screen would be kind of cool. We could do some cool things if it was a green screen. Let's take a look at this game, guys, and then we're going to jump right into it. But when you're taking a look at Bowling Green on the road, they're 0-4. They've played 4 games on the road. They've lost every single game on the road. As far as the total goes on this game, on the road, they've got 1 that went over, 3 that stayed under the total. Greg Engel, good morning, good morning, good morning. Definitely recovered from surgery. Hope you have a speedy recovery, and hope it is an easy one. taking a look at Miami of Ohio at home. They've played 3 of their 9 games at home. This is their 4th game at home on the year, and they're 3-0 already. They're 3-0. They have not lost a home game yet. They've got a win over Tennessee Tech. They got a win over Buffalo at home, and then they've got a win over Northern Illinois at home. So 3 offensive programs that they've been able to whoop. I wouldn't say whoop other than Tennessee Tech. They did get a win by 14 points by 2 touchdowns against Buffalo, but Northern Illinois gave them some problems. They ended up winning by 3. Jeff, not for us that have winter. Yeah, 50s and 60s is actually good weather for you guys. But when you're diving into these two teams, first of all, some top team trends. Miami of Ohio is 6-1 against the spread, guys, on a winning streak of three or more games. They're actually riding a 3-game win streak. They've won 4 out of their last 5. They beat Buffalo, they beat Northern Illinois, Kent State, and Ohio. They had 1 loss to Western Michigan where they lost by 22 points, 38-16, back on October 12th. All right, Bowling Green just 1-6 against the spread. As an underdog of 7 points or more. Well, they're an underdog of 17.5 points today. All right, so 1-6 out of the last 7 games against the spread when they've been a dog of 7 points or more. Also, Miami of Ohio 7-0 on the under after a straight up win of 3 points or less. So when they're coming off a close game of 3 points or less, they're actually 7-0 on the under. In their recent head-to-head matchup, these two teams did play September 22nd of last year. Miami of Ohio beat Bowling Green on the road 38-23. They were laying 6.5 on the road. They covered the 6.5 on the road easily, and the total went over the 55, ended up with a total of 61. The total has gone over 3 straight times. They did have a push before that, so the over has hit 3 straight times dating back to 2016, and the total for the most part on these games has always been in the mid-50s. 55 last year, 51 the year before that, 53, and believe it or not, last year's line actually closed at 53 as well. When you're diving more in depth into these two teams, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the numbers on offense and defense. We're going to show you just how comparable both programs are. I mean, they're very similar on offense and defense, except in one category, and that's turnovers, all right? And that's in turnovers. And then we're going to take a look at, what Miami of Ohio has been able to do recently against some teams and where they've struggled to actually close out games and cover spreads or be able to beat teams, by double-digit numbers versus Bowling Green. All right, let's just start with Bowling Green. They averaged 17.6 points per game, not a high-scoring offense, although they did bust out a win where they put up 35 against Akron, which was a big number for them. They put up 10 against Western Michigan, 20 against Central Michigan. They were able to put up 20 against Toledo. They got blanked by Notre Dame. They put up 20 against Kent State. They put up 7 against Louisiana Tech. They got goose-egged by Kansas State. And they put up 46, which is their season high, against Morgan State to start the year. So other than the Morgan State win, their next best would be 35 points against Akron in their game 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. Other than that, it seems to be right around the 20-point mark for them. Okay, they average 165 yards rushing the ball and 163 in the air. They average 5.7 yards per passing attempt and 3.9 yards per carry. All right, now Miami of Ohio, when they're on offense, they score a little bit more. They score about 5 points more, a little over, 22.7 points a game. They average even less. They average 40 yards less a game rushing the ball on 4 less plays. All right, they average 125 yards rushing the ball a game at 3.3 yards per carry, and they average 170 passing yards, which is only 7 passing yards more than Miami of Ohio. They average 6.9 yards per passing attempt. All right, now when Miami of Ohio is got the ball on offense, they're going to be going up against a Bowling Green defense that gives up 33.8 points per game. They average giving up 214 yards rushing and 228 in the air, and they're actually -1 on turnovers. Now, when Bowling Green's got the ball, they're going to be going up against a Miami of Ohio defense that also gives up quite a few points at 31.7, just 2 points on average less than Miami of Ohio. Hold on 1 second, guys. Cappers direct. Yes. Okay, premium. Okay, premium plays are always posted. I text out my personal plays. I'm actually live right now, doing the live show. But what I'll do is I'll text you my personal plays from my cell phone number right now. That way you have them. Yep. Yep. Okay. Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Patrick. Bye bye. Okay. Back to Miami of Ohio. They're going to be going up against the Bowling Green defense that gives up, like I said, 214 yards on the ground, 5.2 yards per carry, 228 in the air, 8.4 yards per passing attempt, and -1 on turnovers. Bowling Green will be going up against a Miami of Ohio defense that gives up 31.7 points per game. They give up 190 yards on the ground at 4.4 yards per carry, and 203 in the air at 6.6 yards per passing attempt. But where Miami of Ohio definitely has the edge, that's on turnovers. They're +4 on the year on turnovers, which is not a large margin. However, it's been the difference maker for them, and it's the reason why they are scoring just a few more points, just over 5 points a game more than Bowling Green. Now, the line on this game, let's take a look at the line. We did this breakdown in the reverse, all right? We're breaking down the teams, and I want to show you how similar they are on paper as far as offense and defense. As far as point scoring on offense, 5.1 points per game on average separate these two teams. Rushing yards, Bowling Green actually has the better rushing program. They average 42 rushing attempts a game at 165 yards versus the 38 of Miami of Ohio. Just 4 plays left, but a 40-yard differential between two teams. Running program edge, Bowling Green. All right, now on offense as well, passing the ball for the air game, Bowling Green averages 29 passing attempts at 163 yards a game, 5.7 yards per passing attempt. Miami of Ohio averages 170 yards in the air on 25 attempts at 6.9 yards per passing attempt. Passing the edge of the air game, I definitely give the edge towards Miami of Ohio, but not by much. 7 yards a game on 4 more plays is not that much. So, there's not much of an advantage when it comes to the air game. Now on defense, both teams give up a ton of points. Both teams give up a ton of yardage. I'd have to say who's better at defending the run. Miami of Ohio gets a slight edge, not by much. They're holding teams to 24 yards less rushing per game than the Bowling Green defense, as well as the air game, 25 yards less at 203 versus 228 for Miami of Ohio. So on the defense with the turnovers, edge definitely to Miami of Ohio. But that edge that we're talking about, there's a reason why I did this breakdown and in reverse order, is because are they able to cover a spread? Does that much of on what we're dissecting on paper give them the edge to cover 17.5 points against a 3-6 team in Bowling Green? All right, let's take a look at what Miami of Ohio did against their recent opponents. Their last 3 wins were against Northern Illinois, Kent State, and in Ohio. Against Ohio, they beat them 24-21. Against Kent State, they beat them 23-16. They beat them by a touchdown. Northern Illinois, they beat them 27-24. In their last 3 victories, they beat teams by a combined 13 points out of the last 3 games. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Now, Bowling Green, the team that gets blown out a lot. They just blew out Akron, believe it or not, 35-6. But before that, against Western Michigan, which is a team also that Miami of Ohio got blown out by. They got beat by 22. Miami of Ohio got beat by Western Michigan 38-16. They also beat Bowling Green 49-10. All right, and in their game against Central Michigan, Bowling Green lost by 18, 38, 20. All right, they do have a win over Toledo. Holy Toledo, they beat Toledo 20-7. Notre Dame skunked them. So they've got a lot of big losses, but primarily when you're looking at some of the teams that they've been able to show promise and hang on against, makes me think that the line is off, and it's off for a reason. The public is going to absolutely, more than likely, let me see. It's exactly where I thought it would be. The public is going to pound Miami of Ohio. They opened up as an 18-point favorite. It's down to 17, although it's still at 17.5 in a couple spots. But for the most part, it's at 17. So the line is dropping. All right, the line is dropping. Total opened up at 52. It's actually down to 49 right now. The line is dropping, but when you take a look at the money aspect of this game, 69% of all total bets coming in are on the under as far as the total. But now, when it comes to betting the spread, against the spread, either taking Miami of Ohio laying 17 or Bowling Green plus the 17, 86% of the public is pounding Miami of Ohio. 86% is pounding Miami of Ohio, yet that line has dropped a full point from 18 to 17. All right, the public wants you to, or not Vegas, or not public, but Vegas wants you to keep betting Miami of Ohio. All right, they want you to keep betting it. They're begging you to bet it. 17 points, in my opinion, is a lot of points. Road teams are 5-0 straight up and against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The road teams are 5-0 straight up and against the spread in the last 5 years that these two teams have met. The total has gone over 3 straight times as well. All right. Now, Miami of Ohio did win last year, but Bowling Green got the best of them 2 years ago in October of 2017. They beat them 37-29. Personally, my personal opinion, this game is not going to be a blowout for Miami of Ohio. I think they have a problem covering the 17 points. For that aspect, I don't have money on this game. I don't have a bet on this game. Not yet. Not yet. But I may end up putting a wager on it. And I do have a very, very, very strong opinion on this one. And it's Bowling Green plus the 17. If I didn't already put out 4 plays, I would have given this one out. All right? I would have already given this one out. If I didn't have 4 plays already out there, this one would definitely be on the card. I think four plays is, or not 4 plays, 17 points is a lot, especially in this situation. And do they win outright? No. I think they definitely cover the spread, though. That's for sure. And as we saw last night with Kentucky, anything can happen when you're dealing with sports and sports betting. So, nice big lean there. I'm not even going to call it a little lean, a big lean. Bowling Green plus a 17. Give me 1 second. Let me just text this client that just signed up for my personal plays. And then we'll talk a little college basketball. I guess it would help if I could actually text this morning. Okay, just texted those out, so we're good to go there. I definitely don't like the way everything's elevated in here now with the stand that I bought for the desk, because now when I look down at something, you guys see the top of my bald spot. Now, for the 72 people that are watching so far, if you're new to the channel, do us a favor. First of all, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. All right, tap that little bell. That way you get instant notifications each and every single time we go live. You don't want to miss a beat, all right? So hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified every single time we go live or we put out a daily free play video like we did this morning. You'll be notified. Also, if you appreciate all the hard work, do us a big favor. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work because we certainly do as well. All right, especially when you guys do drop us a comment in the video or hit that thumbs up. It's always much appreciated, and it definitely helps us out as well on our side. Now, college hoops. College hoops. College hoops. Now, I don't think there's anybody who's more excited for college basketball to get underway than I was. Everybody knows I love college basketball. I love betting college basketball. And I love our 5-minute game day breakdowns. And we're going to get there. Remember, we need to get Anthony, good morning. We need to get 7 to 10 games under our belt before we're able to really dive into with some actual good stats. Sergio, great question there, bud. Fantastic question, and we're going to go over that. We'll go over that right now for you guys. That's actually a really good question, bud. And what you'll see is Sergio just asked a question for everybody that can't see. Sergio's question. Sergio asked, Kyle, why does some college basketball games have different game numbers and you can't bet them instead of a three-digit number, they've got a 6-digit number? Corey, good afternoon. Kong, good afternoon. Kong says, thanks for the gut pick yesterday. Went small in Oregon to cover Memphis. A win is a win. Damn straight, baby. D-Rob says, I couldn't wait either. Kyle, I coach high school basketball. Gotta love hoops. Awesome, man. That's awesome. Fantastic. Thanks for coaching our younger generations and youth and bringing them up in the right way. But Sergio, to answer your question, the reason why you'll see college basketball and even in college football sometimes games will go from a 3-digit number to a 6-digit number is because they're extra games added to the betting schedule. So for instance, if you go on 5 dimes, and I'm on there right now, so I'm actually going to try and show you. They usually have smaller limits, and you're limited to what you're able to do when you're betting an extra game. So give me 1 second. Let me throw these screenshots up here on the screen. Let me get them into the system, and then I'm going to pop them up because I get asked this a lot. This is actually a very it's actually a really good question, Sergio, and you know, not many people will ask it. So it's a good one. Clean out these other ones. Let me get this last one up, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so let me switch views here so that way you guys are capable to see. So when you're taking a look, you log into, let's just say, your 5 Dimes account, or if you're betting through a local bookmaker, you'll see you got football and basketball. Look under the basketball column, and then go down. You see under basketball, you see NBA, college, and college extra. All right? The 3-digit numbers are your bigger marquee games that usually don't involve the smaller schools. Most of them don't involve the smaller schools. So like LSU and VCU is listed under college. All right. LIU and George Mason is listed under college. LaSalle in Pennsylvania, Villanova and Ohio State, those are listed under college. Colgate, Syracuse, which we have a free playout on that one, is listed under college. Indiana State, Louisville, listed under college. So, now, where the college extra game goes, those are games that the bookmakers add extra lines to. Games that are not necessarily big marquee games. They're going to be smaller limits. You're going to be able to bet less on it. Loyola Marymount, Old Dominion, Lafayette, and Princeton. And actually, sorry, George Mason and LA Brooklyn is an actual added game. Fairleigh Dickinson and Fordham. That's not a game you're going to see on the regular slate. It's going to be as an added game. All right, so let me go to the next screen for you guys, and we'll show it. This is what the screen looks like when you're looking at 5 dimes under extra, college extra games. You can see it up here in the upper hand corner, underneath the very first game, underneath, just right above Bryant St. Peter's, college extra basketball. These are the different lines that are up there that you'll see. Virginia Tech laying 27.5 against USC Upstate. All right, Vermont laying 11.5 against Boston University. Texas Tech laying 24 now against Houston Baptist. And let me tell you, that was actually 23. That was because that line was actually 23 not long ago. So, other than it being an extra game, kind of like a circle game if you ever walk into a casino, that's where, those would be listed as well. Kyle, click on Review Bets quick. I know you guys would like to see that one, huh? Shapenny, are you planning on to put soccer in your package in the future? You never know what the future holds, but as of right now, I'd say no. We spend, although we almost hired one of the number one soccer cappers out of England. Steven, yeah, Station Casinos and their Snake Circle games. We almost hired one of the number one soccer cappers out of England. But you got to remember, we have our own style and our own way of conducting business and taking care of our clients. And if that's ever compromised, or if that is ever going to be affected because we bring somebody on board and maybe their style is not, a good fit, it doesn't mesh well with ours, we won't do it. But, never say never, and you never know what the future holds. But we get a lot of people trying to come over here and work for us, so you never know. Some big things in the works, including live videos and a possible network and a lot of different things in play right now, and we'll see what happens. Let me log into my college basketball system. We're going to do a quick little rundown of some college hoops action for you guys. We'll take a little live look into some stuff. Because I am going to get you guys on a free play here in just a little bit. And again, I do appreciate everybody that's tuned in with us. We're live Monday through Friday. If you guys don't know, here's our live schedule. All right, we are live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday and Sundays, we're also live, except for we go live 3 hours earlier on the weekends. We go live 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. All right, so we're also live Saturday and Sunday as well. So we're live 7 days a week right now. 7 days a week live, bringing you guys hopefully some of the best content as well as free plays. Free plays on the week are 3-1, as well as the big plays, personal plays and premium plays that we've given free this week are 2-0. Consensus plays 1-1. And if you guys ever have any suggestions on how to make the show better or enhance it, I'm always all ears. And, some of the big changes that we've made have all came from you guys, from your recommendations. Frank Z, what's going better on the year? Personal plays or premium plays? Well, premium plays are always our biggest plays and will continue to be our biggest plays. As far back as which one's outperforming the other this year, I'd have to go back and check both records, but I think they're pretty comparable. Different plays, different style, but very comparable. Peter G, I've explained it many times, and I've actually addressed you many times when you've asked this. We couldn't agree on things to get things done, and sometimes in the world of sports betting, things happen and things change on a day-to-day basis, and nothing against him or his style. It just doesn't mesh with the Capper's Direct style. So we wish him very, very well in his future endeavors. And you never know what the future will hold for him or us or anything. But that's why. Have a boner with Kyle needs to be your slogan. A nooner. I was going to say a boner. Have a nooner. But yeah, Peter G, I've addressed that every single time you've asked it, and yeah, we didn't hire him. And why we hire somebody, no offense, Peter G, but it's none of your business. I mean, I know you want to know because you've asked it 50 times out of the last 4 or 5 months, but it nothing materialized. And that's that. And really, there's nothing to say about it. All right, let's take a look at some college basketball. Some good college basketball today. Villanova, Ohio State, LSU, VCU, Purdue, Marquette is probably the top matchup, top sought-after game besides the Villanova-Ohio State game. Thrill factor score on our rating system would have to be the Purdue Marquette game. Excellent advice, Steven. If you love him that much, go find him. He's on Twitter. You can go find him on Twitter. But I got nothing bad to say about the guy. He's a great guy. Just we were just never able to hash out an agreement. JD, yeah, we've got that. Somebody keeps track of it in the office. I don't. I got enough to keep track of than what the free plays do. But yeah, somebody in the office does. But hey, feel free to let me know what it is. Be a good project that I'd task you with, JD. Go let me know what our free plays are, including all the live shows as well. Don't forget the ones I post on Twitter. You ask and you shall be tasked with. You know, the Navy did teach me one thing. It's called delegation. How they've done over time? Well, we're still standing, so apparently they've done okay. They've done at least okay. Because we're still standing, Jake, so obviously they've done great. You like that, Justin? All right, let's get back to college basketball because I only got about 15 more minutes live. We can either answer what the free play record is for the year, and I can go add them all up. I mean, I could. I could just go to Jay's office. Email Jay, he'll tell you. Jay keeps track of all that stuff. Or we could actually break down some college hoops. I know which one I want to break down. I want to break down the Purdue-Marquette game. I don't know about you guys. So, we'll break down Purdue and Marquette. Purdue 1-1 on the year. Started out with a big win over Green Bay. They were home for that game. They beat them by 22 points. And then they had a home game against Texas. They lost by 4 back this last Saturday on the 9th. They lost 70-66 at home against good old Longhorns. William, I like that. Thank you for that text message, sir. Marquette 1-0 on the year. They played one game. And that was 8 days ago against Loyola of Maryland. They beat them by 35. This is going to be their first test, all right? As far as experience on the year goes, you're definitely going to give that edge to Purdue after a long battle against Texas in that game. Marquette, they got Purdue for game number 2. Then they get Wisconsin this next Sunday. We actually... Hold on one second, guys. I only have about 5 or 6 more minutes, and I do have to run. The missus just asked me if I could pick up my little one from school today. She's still stuck at an appointment, so I'm going to go do my fatherly duties after this. But I'll be back in the office here a little bit. As far as Marquette goes, they're definitely going to have their hands full with Purdue, who's coming off a tough loss to Texas. Seymour Torrance, the point guard for Marquette, is going to have his hands full, 6'3" freshman. Keep in mind, when it comes to experience, Marquette definitely has experienced players. They've got a roster full of returning players. With the exception of Torrance, who'll see some good playing time as their point guard. He is the 6'3" freshman. However, Marcus Howard, 5'11" senior, is going to get some great playing time. Sakara, and then another senior, 6'5" senior, shooting forward. Jamal Kane, who's a junior. And then at the center position, either Theo John or Ed Morrow, both of those a senior and a junior as well. You're definitely going to get experience when it comes to Marquette, to the Golden Eagles. They definitely come in with great experience, but then Purdue is not lacking it either. They only have one freshman that you might possibly see on the starting rotation, but I don't think so. I don't think Isaiah Thompson will be starting for Purdue. I think their starting 5 will end up being Eric Hunter Proctor, Noel Eastern, Aaron Wheeler, and then Matt Hearns. So you're going to see all sophomore. You'll see 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and then old Jahad Proctor, the 6'3" shooting guard senior for Purdue. All right, Matt Painter, the head coach, is going to have his team in check and ready to do battle with Marquette coming off their big loss against Texas just the other day. And when you're taking a look in that game and you saw, you know, what some of the players were able to do, you know, the only one that got in foul trouble was Eric Hunter for Purdue with his 4 personal fouls. He played 32 minutes. Of the other 3 players, actually 4 players that played 29 minutes or more, Proctor, Eastern Hunter, and Aaron Wheeler. Aaron Wheeler led the charge at 33 minutes. You know, but he only had 4 points. He had 4 points on the night, and he was just shooting blanks. A lot of the team was shooting blanks. Even Matt Harns shot a lot of. He went what was it? 0 for 2 from out deep. But really, Noel Eastern, as for the minutes that he plays and the looks that he gets, he's going to have to make some buckets this week. He only had 6 points on what did he make? He made 3 baskets, 3 out of 10 shots. Shooting 30% is not going to get the job done for the forwards on the front court. That's for sure. Is there the longest consecutive live show streak in history? Capper Nation, we aren't worthy. I think March Madness we went like 40-something days from bowl games to March Madness every single day, I think. Or 60 days, something like that. We'll see. I'll have to go back and look. I mean, I can go on and on and on about these two teams. When you take a look at the line on this game, very, very, very close matchup game. Purdue opened up as a 2-point dog. Marquette was laying 2. That line is now down to 1. Marquette is laying 1. Total opened up at 142.5. It still sits at 142.5. When you take a look at what we have on this game, we actually have it as a very, 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 very close game. We have Marquette winning by 1 at home. We actually have a total final score prediction of 71 to 70 with a total of 141 being scored. And you have a total on this game at 142.5. So I see the total going under by about a bucket, maybe a tad bit less. So I have no lean on the total on this game. However, on the side of the game, there's not enough. I mean, they're laying 1. We actually have them winning by 1 in our system. To me, it should be a pick 'em. If I was going to do anything, I'd probably take Marquette money line for the sole effect of the added value. But with our system and everything, the numbers being so close together, you have to look at exhibition game information that is very hard for you guys to be able to get information on, and you know what these two teams are capable of doing against each other, because the statistics so far for the season, you know, for Marquette only include 1 game. You know, for Purdue, at least you're getting 2 to find information and what you're doing. So that's why I was saying, to really give you guys a good breakdown and solid reasoning behind, we're really going to have 7 to 10 games underneath us. But as far as this game, I definitely lean for Marquette. But if I was going to be betting it, which I'm not, I'd be betting on the money line. I would love to be able to do more breakdowns, because we got stuck on some of those football games for so long, those 2 football games for longer. JD, Kyle, this may be a dumb question. First of all, there's no dumb questions. Jake, the only dumb question that you ask is the question you didn't ask. All right, so it doesn't matter if it's our free plays, you want to know what those records are, or about the UFC. The only dumb question is the one that you don't ask, all right? Nobody will sham you for a dumb question. As far as the UFC, yes, 1 day of UFC, you will get the UFC next week. Well, Saturday. Brazil card. Great card. Fight picks will be out Friday. Thank you, Kong. Kong says your gut feeling on Oregon hit yesterday. Marquette will hit again. Well, if you're going to take a gut feeling, take the Bowling Green plus a 17, Kong, because Marquette, that was just if you forced me to bet it, which I definitely wouldn't bet. So Bowling Green, I'll probably have a bet on it. So now what I want to do is I want to get you guys on a free play, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Wednesday hump day free play, and put some money in your pocket, and hopefully make you guys a boatload of money. So yesterday we gave out football, and a personal play. Today I'll give out a premium play and make it a basketball game. So that way we're kind of throwing it up for everybody. And this should be a nice one. This should definitely be a nice winner for everybody. You type it in the comments section. And remember, don't forget to get on board. You can get a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays. Guaranteed Saturday, all for $350. You get a week, not 3 days, folks, a full week. All right, I'm just double checking, make sure nothing's changed in the last few minutes. And yes, if you haven't already done so, do us a favor, give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. Also, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. All right, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help build the channel up. The bigger we make this, the more we will give to you guys for free. All right, if you guys remember, we used to run one live show a week and give you guys one free play a day. Now, with the live shows every single day, you're getting more free plays every single day. All right, guys, free premium play today in the NBA. Philadelphia 76ers, Orlando Magic, over 204.5. Over 204.5. Depending on where you're at, you might find it at 204. Like CG Technologies has it at 204. William Hill has it at 204. But the MGM has it at 204.5. And however, the Westgate just moved it to 205 literally from 15 seconds ago. All right, so it's definitely trending upwards. I would bet it sooner rather than later. I would not. I mean, the total opened up at 208.5 and it dropped. It dropped all the way down to 204, and now it's coming back up. The Sharps waited until it got to that 204, 204.5, and now the Sharps are pounding it, and it's going to rise. It's going to get higher, so bet it sooner than later. As of right now, 62% of the money is coming in right now on the over, and that's because the sharp action money is pounding it. Do I still like it? Absolutely. Absolutely. With Embiid out, yeah, he hasn't affected their play too much on the year. And that big boy down below the goalpost, take him out of the equation, and Orlando will put up a couple more baskets today, which will definitely help us out. So enjoy that free play, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go pick up my little one. And then if you have any questions, I'll be back in the office. I have already sent out my personal plays to everybody that's on my personal play. So if you didn't get my plays, shoot me a message. Let me know. That way we can get you on them, all right? That way we can get you on them. So enjoy that free play. Let's make a boatload of money today, guys. And remember, get on board today and start dealing with professionals. People that actually bet the same games as you. That's the cool thing. When you get to deal with us, you get to bet the same games that I'm betting. Same games. And remember, guys, we'll be live tomorrow, same time, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, same place, same time, Monday through Friday. Cappers Nation Live, baby. We'll be seeing you guys live tomorrow. And you never know, maybe we'll try and bring on a guest, do some cool stuff here in that very, 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 very near future. So you guys, I told you this week I'm extremely busy this week, but if you guys give me until next week, all right, you give me until next Wednesday. Starting next Thursday, we're going to have some killer time to do some crazy things with you guys during live shows and make it a great time, all right? So bear with me over the next week, and we're still going live 7 days a week no matter what, rain, shine, sick, healthy. We'll be bringing you guys live shows. But hold on one second. We'll definitely have a good time. So enjoy those free plays. Remember, there's another daily free play video out there. And don't miss out. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I was multitasking, reading something. Enjoy that free play. Let's make a boatload of money, and we'll see you guys live tomorrow.